Now, what we're going to do for this one is we're going to make this really simple card where we've used the outline die as well as the stamps, and then we've incorporated some of the vellum as well as the paper. So it is really easy and it really is effective to make a nice small card, especially when it's like a 5x7, which come within the box as well. So what I'm going to do to start with when we're making these ones, I'm just going to bring in my 5x7 card blank. So that's the one that comes within the actual box, as well as a multiple different sizes as well. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in one of these pattern papers. Well, I say pattern, it's just your full block colour within this one just here. So what I'm going to do is, this one is already cut to 5x7. I am just going to trim it that wee bit more, because originally I done it so that it matches the card blank size. However, I do just want that wee bit of a white border, so I'm just going to bring that one in just there, and then that's great. That gives us a nice matting layer. So I can move that out of the way. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my Gemini Junior plates. So we've got them ones here. I'm just bringing in also a piece of the white card as well. Then I'm bringing in the outline die. Now look at all that detail within that outline die. You know, you've got the actual flowers, you've got the stems, you've got the butterflies, you've got the leaves, you've got the pot as well. There's so much within there. Great for doing stained glass, great for doing paper piecing, leaving it black on white, even foil it. Use it on your foil press and you'll get all that detail foiled as well. But what we're going to do anyway is we're going to die cut it anyway. So let's just peel this one off. I've stuck this back really well, so I'm just going to peel all that adhesive backing off, and we can move that one out the way. So again, it's on a piece of our white paper. I say white paper, it's a really strong paper that comes within the box as well. And then I'm just taking my low tack tape. So if we just get the end of it, and then all that I'm just going to do is just tape that down. And then what you could do is, if you're careful, within the actual waist, so to speak, of the card, what you could do is you keep a hold of that, and then you could be using that as a frame, anything like that. Now it is just our normal wafer thin die, so it's just our base cutting plate, plastic shim, magnetic shim, and then our top cutting plate. So I am bring it into view of myself. All that I'm just doing is just running that through the Gemini Junior, and then like I said, that's going to cut all that detail. Now for this die I haven't used my metal shim. I don't feel there's any need for that, because what I am going to do is, if I bring this in for you as well to see, if I turn this round, then I can see already that is die cut to perfection. But because I'm only running it through once, what I want is any of that detail, I want it to have a slight embossed look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my black embossing mat, and then what I'm going to do is, let's just take this excess all the way around, because I don't need that. This is the one I was meaning that you could keep and you could be using it as a frame elsewhere. So I'm just going to place that back down onto our rubber embossing mat. Plastic shim, we don't need the magnetic shim, and we need our top cutting plate. So as that's going to go through the Junior, then what that will just do is, because you've got that nice clean cut edge all the way around, as well with all that detail, the embossing is just going to just curve the edges slightly. And what's also going to do is, any of these areas within the flower is also going to emboss it. So what I'm going to do is, now see, this is what I mean by, I am just going to bin that, but if you're doing that in multiple different colours, you could be using it. That could be your paper piecing. So think of all these different techniques. That's a good thing with the subscription boxes, is they're great if you are a new crafter, or if you're a beginner. It really does just enable you to start making nice easy cards. So if I take that out, now look at that. If I bring in my rubber embossing mat once again, and then if I bring that in closer for you to see, so let's go that way, and then what I am just going to do is, let's just go a wee bit closer up that way for you, so you can see all of that detail. Look at that. So you're getting all the flowers, as I say, you're even getting the frame, the petals, the butterflies, the pot, so much within that one. So then what I am away to do, let's just pop that one to the side and bring that one to the side. So before we move on to that one, what I'm then just going to do is I'm just going to bring in my plates again. Now within the actual box, you're getting all these dies as well. I'm going to take this outline butterfly die, and then we've also got the matching butterfly, which is here. We've also got the dragonfly, we've got the bumblebee, we've got all these sentiments as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of this pink vellum, and it kind of colour coordinates, and I look at that, colour coordinates just beautifully. So what I would then do is take in my die, and then actually for this one, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use my mini for this one. So many of these dies, obviously not the main big outline die, but many of these other dies, these will all go through your mini. So all that I'm just going to do is I'm just going to run that one through. Take that away. Now that gives you the butterfly. So you can, of course, leave them just like that if you so wish. But what you can do is bringing in that stamp set that you can see just there and using the butterfly. What I've just done is I've just done a bit of black heat embossing. So if I then just bring in, let's bring in the back of this piece of card. Look at all that detail. So that's heat embossed. Now you could just use normal ink pad if you so want, but there we go. That looks absolutely incredible. And don't forget, you can use the stamp sets on their own if you want. Equally, you can use the dies on your own to create apertures, shaker cards, things like that. So then what I'm just going to do is moving all that out the side, out the way, move all that. So I don't need that one, but I need that one. So bringing in all of these together again. So we just want to start to assemble it. What I've also done is I've taken a bit of the clear vellum and I've also heat embossed happy birthday on it. And I've already just run that through my Xyron. So that's ready to go as well. And then I've also got a few gems which also come in the box, multiple different colours for you to get crafting with. So what I'm just going to do for this one is for time and speed, let's just use our tape runner. And what I'm just going to do with this one is I'm going to use our dotty tape runner. And the reason being is I'm going to use the dotty tape runner for the detail of the outline die. So if I just pop that just onto there and press down, then what I am just going to do is if I just pick up a piece of scrap card, I've got a bit of a card just here at the side of me, and then all that I'm just going to do is I'm just going to turn that over and I'm just going to run lines of my dotted tape runner. Now you could of course use your tacky glue with a fine tip, you could be using your sprays, if you have got your double-sided adhesive sheets you could be using them. So many different adhesives that you can be using when it comes to your outline die. So if I bring that one in just there, then all that I'm just going to do is I'm just going to place that just over the top, kind of in the centre as best as I can. So press that in and then just pressing down all of these areas, just giving it a good press. Then what I'm going to do is I've taken that bit of card, folded it over so I've not got the adhesive on the back, and I'm just going to press just like that. Then what I'm just going to do is if I move that out the way, and I'm just going to bring in my sentiment strip that I've got there. And what I've done on the edges, instead of using my guillotine, I've just torn it just naturally with my fingers, and that's just going to run along the bottom just there. And then I'm just going to press. So I'm just going to press that in just until you cannot see that adhesive anymore, which is like that. Then let's bring in the butterfly again. And then all that I'm just doing, I've just got my Collal tacky glue in here. So I'm just going to press a wee bit onto the body that we can see just there. And that enables the wings to be able to stay in flight. Then all that I'm just going to do is I'm just going to hold that body. I'm just going to press and pull the wings up just so that enables to hold the wings up, and it keeps the body in place just while it grabs, which is there. And then what I'm just going to do is if I bring in these pink gems, which we've got just here, and then all that I'm just going to do is I'm just going to pick them off, and I'm just going to randomly, I'm going to place them in the centre of the flowers. Now, even although these have got adhesive on the back, I still like to add a bit of wet glue, and then that just means the adhesive on the back grabs instantly. However, what will happen is that wet glue will also grab it and it will dry naturally over time, and it will be rock solid to the card and it will not move. So just add another wee one just in there. And then I'm just kind of following the dot sizes. So the larger centered flowers, I'll put some of the larger gems in the middle, and then some of the smaller ones, I will put some of the smaller gems, just like so. So if we pick that last one up, so just getting a hold of it, popping it just into the middle, just there, then there we go. I'm just going to leave it just like that. I'm happy with that. That's now finished, just using your outline die, using your sentiments, your stamps, your butterflies, your gems, and even the butterfly die as well. Something that's it is really quick to make, but really is quite effective, and you could be using this for many different occasions. If I just quickly bring in a few others that you can be making. So again, we've got that one there, and then this one we've just actually coloured the base that you can see using the different vellums. Black on white. Black on white looks absolutely gorgeous, just with that splash of colour as well when it comes to these gems in the background. Then what about this one? This is what I mean by paper piecing. Now this one does need a bit of patience, but look at the end result. It is absolutely incredible. It really just shouts out spring and summer. And equally, you could do that different colours for different time of the years, keeping it blues if you wanted winter, or oranges and yellows for the autumn. But we just finish off with the card that we just made there. That's what we've just made with the decorative edge die. That's your subscription box. So, thank you very much.